Using your mind, you know. Out here it's about strength, man. You got weakness. Weakness is something you just see a whole lot too much of these days, you know. There's many different types of weaknesses, and all of them need to be analyzed carefully so we could bring an end to this weakness we see. You know what I'm saying? Which results in our financial condition. See, finance ending generational poverty. Remember that. Finance is important. You know, this is a system that was designed by the people that rule this system. We could do two things. We could complain about that, or we could spend every second thinking about how we gonna learn the rules of this, right? You know, how I'm gonna get on the chessboard and complain that he's, you know what I'm saying, pretty much just taking my whole kingdom, you know, would not analyze the fact that I ain't did nothing about that or ain't even educate myself to the nature of the board, you feel, and the rules that it's played by. Because on the same 64 board setup, checkers is also played. But the rules are different, the pieces are different, and have different functionality. You know what I'm saying? We all live in the same life. In other words, that's the board. You feel what I'm saying? We all on this planet at the same time, at the same year, at the same day, at the same month. But we ain't all moving on the same plane, all towards the same thing. So, you know, it's important to keep everything 100, you know. You know, you gotta be solid. I mean, all the way solid. You gotta be all the way solid with what you do. If you say this who you are, you say, yo, I'm down for you, then be down for that person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm down for you, then be down for that person. Because when you speak, you plant the thought in the mind of the listener, generally about what to expect, you feel me? It's generally about what to expect. That's the thought you usually plant in the mind. And if a person could expect, it doesn't really matter. If a person could expect strength from you, and that's what you tell them that verbally out your mouth when you speak to them, you're like, yo, look, this the level of functionality that you can expect from me. So these are the areas that I'm gonna make things easier for you. In other words, that's what's really being said here. Yeah. But then when the person calls to depend on you for this, or you and that person disagree on this particular issue, and then all of a sudden you want to break your word, hold up, your word is your word, you know? Solid, you know, basically meaning consistent with, there's no soft spots where the texture and the hardness of the surface, or your surface, was compromised. That's what you're saying. You're saying I'm the same all the way through. You know what I mean? I'm the same all the way through. You know, so you want to always question yourself, you know, are you being the same all the way through? You know, do you say, yo, you know, if you do this and you do that, you know what I'm saying, then I ain't gonna be fucking with you no more. Well, when they do it, do you continue? You know whether you continue or not. And if you do, you're not only losing the respect of the person whom you told this to, you're losing the respect of the people who know about how you used to move before you ran into this person that was kryptonite to you. Or the situation that was kryptonite to you. And usually it's based on some kind of desire. You feel me? It's usually based on some kind of desire. Just saying, man. Yeah. It's always the option of doing the most honorable thing in the equation. You know, it's always that option. You could do the most honorable thing in the equation. Be who you say you are. And if you say you could lift 500 pounds and you damn well need to be able to do it, or people gonna be like, this nigga be lying for no reason, and this chick be lying for no reason, man. This person be lying for no reason. Yo, homie be lying for no reason. Your essay be lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter, you know, who you are. Could be skinheads. It really don't matter. Like, you know, we talking about solid. When we dealing with that, we dealing with a universal principle. Real, true, universal principle. See, these are ways of greatness. Like, you know, you have to be solid to elevate your financial position. Because if people not used to you coming around asking them to shop with you and spend money with you, then when you come, they're going to look at the character that you've shown. So you already got to start building the character before you even get them to want to start being a part of what you're doing. You got to build the character, the kind of person that they would even want to shop with. You feel me? Either you do or you don't, but you know, I could be no more true than how I'm being right now. This is just 100% honesty. Yeah. Doesn't matter. This is how you be more real. How you be more solid. But real is everything is already real. But everything that's real ain't solid. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is really a video you're watching. I'm really saying this right now. My head is really on this angle right now. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, you know that the glimmer in my eye is really strong right now. My power is really great right now. You know, this is really happening. I'm really wearing a dollar bill shirt. Speaking of getting intergenerational poverty, even though I understand, you know, House Joint Resolution 192 and a couple other different things that you may want to Google. I'm just saying, everything doesn't need to be expressed at all the times, you know. I'm doing different things than I used to do. I'm striving to interact with different people than I used to interact with. Because they making different moves than I've been making. And I happen to like where they moves been getting them, so I want them to teach me. Make sense? I want them to teach me, show me, because I like what y'all been doing and how it's been turning out for y'all. Give me some insight. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta be passionate about your own cause. Yeah, you know, I like, if I'm not about this because this is what I'm about, then if this person come around me, I can't switch up and all of a sudden let this person pass. If I had these screening methods in place, I got these screening methods in place. Yo, you know, this person, if they do this, then that shows me they think like this, and that's not going to be good for what my ambition is in this point. Yeah, that's the truth right there. Can you dig it? Yeah, but for real though, it's the truth. Where you stand? Where you stand? You know, it's just women make you break your principles. Because breaking the principle is a simple fact. It means you lose your self-respect. Forget somebody else respecting you. It means you lose the respect of yourself from yourself. Yeah. Don't you want to respect yourself? Don't you want to respect yourself? Yeah, well, this was going to need to happen in order for you to respect yourself. Is that you do things that you know that's really what you know to be real and solid. And any action that, like for instance, if you know you're supposed to break up with a particular person because, yo, I never dealt with no person that be moving like you, you know what I'm saying? I've been said I wouldn't, but then after you said you wouldn't, you still went and did it. You know what I mean? You still went and did it. You're not solid in that point right there. You felt weak. You had a moment, there was no strength. You had a moment of weakness. Now, a moment of weakness, there's nothing wrong with it. Not in the sense of weakness having to exist in the universe. If weakness didn't exist, how would we acknowledge strength? You understand? So and there's balance. You know what I'm saying? Once you establish balance, then you can really establish rulership. But not until you have balance. Because somebody can gain rulership over you as long as you are off balance and imbalanced. You know what I mean? Telling you now. Just saying. It's hard. It's very important that you pay attention and that you use your mind and you don't be the dumb motherfucker out here these days, or the dumb nigga if you black, or the dumb whatever the people who trying to keep you down call you. You know what I'm saying? Spicks, whatever it is. Idiots, fools, some negative though. You know what I'm saying? But it really don't matter. What does matter is what you gonna do about that. You know, I ain't saying go out there and kill nobody. That ain't how you end generational poverty at the level I'm talking about now. But, it's all about removing weaknesses and things that impede your growth, or slows or stifles and hinders your growth. It's about eliminating those things. People, environments even that doesn't have a good positive effect on you. Yeah. Yeah, it's for real though. I mean, it is what it is. The wise man. The wise man automatically, he moves as a wise man. He sees with the mind's eye. Rest of them looking with the naked eye, all they see is shapes, colors, and motion in the naked eye plane of sight. So through the mind's eye, I could see the essence of the situation and how to gain control of it and turn things to my advantage that was not an advantage. Because the first thing to get the respect of the people is to be solid. That's it. Once you solid, you gain the respect of the people. Yeah. But not before. You could gain the respect of the people if you solid. And I really mean, whoever you told the people they could expect you to be, you be that person 100%, even if you went too far with what you was trying to make yourself seem like. That's how you be solid. That's how you be solid. That's how you be true. And, you don't want to be considered nothing other than that. Like when you die, you want to be considered rich but fake. Oh, yo, he never made that much money. He lived a decent life. But he was solid the whole time. I got so much more respect for him than this rich dude over here. See, because after you gone, you only gonna live on in the mind of others. Not saying that this cannot be achieved, where you can get rich and still be solid in the minds of the people. But you only gonna live in the minds of the people. So in order to be infinite, basically, when the body disintegrates and the energy must continue, your energy continues in the mind of that which is still alive too. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, those who still living, they the ones who keep you alive afterwards. So you giving them reason to by being solid. And by being solid, I just simply mean your word is your bond. You being consistent in everything that you say. You being consistent in everything you say. Not everybody it don't come to everybody to be true. You feel me? It don't come to everybody to be true. It's a lot of different ways that different people react to things. It's a lot of different forces that come at you in many different ways. Yeah. But it's only a few people that's gonna make it through that and come out on top. The question is, will you be one of them? I plan to be there. I plan to be there. Y'all don't like how my hat fitting, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got it set up. I ain't even got it set up the way that I really want it anymore. You know, I'm very, very picky about how I do things sometimes. But anyway, I'm pretty sure all of y'all are in your own ways. But got to be solid, man. You feel me? There's no question. There's no question. Be who you say. You know, so you say somebody could depend on you. Do that because, you know, if you think about it in court, if you agree or you sign a contract, which is simply an agreement to do or perform a certain way, and you do that, and you don't, they may send the police at you. If you resist going with the police, which basically resist the reason or the performance of what you said and agreed you was going to do, which is why the police, the men with the guns who could kill you, are even present in your situation. If you resist that, then they have the authority to bust you, but why did they kill you? Not because you resisted. Ultimately, they wasn't there because there was something that happened for them to be there for you to resist. They killed you because of your word. You see what I'm saying? Have you not heard that your word shall be bond? Yes, my word is bond, and bond is life, and I will give my life for it shall fail. Have you not heard that your word shall be bond, regardless to whom or what, pardon self? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at the end of the day, you know, that's knowledge which shows and it proves there's no way to build a kingdom. You know, and in the kingdom there's gonna be great wealth, you feel me? There's gonna be great wealth. And in the kingdom there's gonna be great wealth. And so inside of that, you know, look man, I just feel like I got something that I wanna say to the world. If y'all like what I say, then, you know, subscribe. You know, and I'm gonna keep y'all, the more subscribers come, I'm gonna keep hitting y'all with more heat, more knowledge directly out the center of my understanding, you feel me? Because some people could tap infinite inner space, you know what I'm saying? Like this, you know what I'm saying? And others have to really, really work towards that. Those who got them blessings, you know, the blessings is built though. As a baby, nobody had it. So when I say a blessing, I simply mean those who have taken the years and years and decades to build themselves to a point where they can think and process information on a level that high, where they could just answer questions for the people. And if anybody has anything you want me to answer out there for you, because I'm just going to give you my perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because this channel right here is basically Victorious's perspective. I'm victorious. You know what I'm saying? This is my perspective. So basically at all times, I'm just saying that, you know, I'm keeping it true to myself. You know, and those who don't like what I say, you know, I wish you the best. Be successful. Just don't ever cross me in person, period. Well, you know, be successful, you know. I don't mind difference in understanding because a lot of people think different means something. Oh, you just think different. Nah, let's be specific on what different is. In order to think different, what's different about this color here or this color here? The difference is the amount of pigmentation or the amount of lack of pigmentation. Or you see where I'm going? So what's the difference between one song and the other? One plays fast and one plays slow. That's it. One plays fast and one plays slow. One tone goes up here, one tone goes down here, but what's the difference? Up and down. And if you look up, your head has a tilt backwards, which is increasing the angle. Because right here, this is like 90 degrees, but you're increasing the angle. You see, and this is basically what I'm saying. Everything is either, the difference between his head position and his head position. His was up, his was down, his was plus, his was minus. It was more angle, less angle. It's all mathematics. So basically understanding that it's all mathematics, emotions cannot get in the way of that. You know? Ain't no way to fix poverty with emotions getting in the way of the rules that you know. Is certain things that the reason you pause because you broke the rules of poverty. It's that simple, yo. The reason you ain't got what you want is because you broke the rules, you know what I'm saying, of wealth. Excuse me. Now, you didn't break the rules of poverty. You followed the rules of poverty. You broke the rules of wealth. I did too myself. I've been through that understanding. And so I'm here to share you. I'm here to share that with you. Yeah. It's not no game. You could be a man. You could be a woman. Women are taught to be more emotional creatures. There may be truth to that hormone, and there's some truth to the hormone thing and how the chemical balance that's different within her due to her ovulating and going through different cyclic phases of the moon phase and or the moon, yeah, or the moon cycle aspects. But I'm speaking on just on the real. Nah, nah, nah. We buy into different roles, man, in society. They tell us, boys wear blue, girls wear pink. Not that you should wear pink. Let's get that clear. That's not